Wow, what a day for Loftia. If you don't know, Loftia, the game that I'm going to be start following on this channel, has kicked off the Kickstarter, and within 2.5 hours, they met their pledge or their goal. This has just been an incredible result for everyone on the team of Loftia and also us who are supporting the game. It's so good to see that there are so many other passionate players who are so excited about this game. But we're going to be going ahead and breaking down the Kickstarter. We're going to be looking at the new trailer, and I'm also going to be talking about giveaways for Loftia. This is not something that's been given to me by the developers. I have purchased these extra codes with my own money because I feel so strongly about this game that I want more people to share it for those who maybe can't get into the Kickstarter or for whatever other reason. So that's coming out of my own pocket. Hey, developers, if you want to give me some extra codes to give away, I'll take them. But for now, the ones I'm giving away are just going to be the ones out of my pocket. So let's start off with the Kickstarter. Let's see what it's all about, and then we'll go into the trailer, and then we'll go into the giveaway. So let's go. So as you can see on the right hand side of the screen here, the amount that was set as the goal amount has already been achieved, and this was done so within 2.5 hours of this Kickstarter going live. Huge result. It's so quick. I'm so happy that this has happened. But now, because we've exceeded that goal amount, we can start achieving some stretch goals. So we'll get into those in a little bit. But let's start off with what Loftia actually is. So as shown here, Loftia is a cozy solar punk game where MMO meets farming, crafting, customizing, exploring, and more. Build your dream home, grow friends with both NPCs and other players, and shape a brighter world together. This game is a game that allows you to play on your own or solo, or you can go ahead and team up with other people, either as you know personally as friends, or by meeting people in the world of Loftia. Now this game can sort of be broken down fairly loosely into 5 main pillars. You have your sustainable farming, and sustainability is a massive focus on the game. We'll get into that in a second. There's socialization, so socialization with your friends in the game, with other people who are playing the game, and also the NPCs. There's also pets, which is, I can't wait to get to that bit. There's also going to be adventures. Now this actually took me by surprise because I didn't realize just how much extra things are going to be in this game outside of the typical MMO kind of way of doing things. And lastly, creative customization. There is so much customization that's in this game that's been revealed so far when it comes to your character, your pet, and also the room that you're able to just change basically anything in. Okay, so let's get into those stretch goals. We've already achieved Loftia is funded. That's already done. We're now going to go into Pet Haven, which will be adding 10 more pets into the game. That one has also been accomplished. There's now going to be a fishing system, so you know this is going to be the game of the year for many years because fishing. I love fishing in games. Now you will also note that in this fishing one here, it says fill up your aquarium. So is it going to be like Animal Crossing where we can catch fish and put them somewhere and fill up an aquarium? Or is this just a passing comment? I really hope it's the former, where we can go ahead and catch fish, fill up our own fish tanks or aquarium somewhere and have it on display. I absolutely love that feature in Animal Crossing. And at 250k, which they've already passed as well, is the aquaponics farming system. This is just going to be a way for you to enrich your farming operations by building and integrating an aquaponics system to work with your hydroponics machine. So as you can already see, farming is actually going to be quite complicated and quite in depth. You're going to have a lot of systems that feed into one another to help you farm in the most efficient way possible and to grow a variety of different things. So many systems working to achieve an outcome. It's not just put plants in, water, grow. You have to think about it. There's a whole system around it, and how you want to do it is entirely up to you. Now they do have a couple of other stretch goals that haven't been ticked off yet. We don't know the dollar amount as yet, but there's going to be a thrift store. So this thrift store is going to be find previously owned and loved pieces of clothing and decorations from your housing needs. The next one is going to be player housing expansion. So you can craft upgrades to your home to expand decoration and farming spaces. And you can share spaces with even more friends, again tying back into that pillar of socialization. And then there's going to be an advanced cooking system if we reach this undisclosed amount down here. This is going to go beyond the basics with a much more in-depth cooking system, complete with cooking challenges. Again, just another variety of things to do in the game other than just put something in a pot and let a timer go. I absolutely love how they're just taking just some generic systems that we've all become accustomed to and have gone, we can improve that, we can make it more interesting, and we're going to be doing that in our game. Can't wait. It's gonna be so good. Now, as we move down the Kickstarter page, we get a look of the overworld to the right of me here. And you can see just how many people are actually in this overworld. First of all, it looks amazing, and the amount and the density of people that are on screen at the moment is amazing. It feels so alive, and this is what I'm looking for in an MMO like this. I want to see so many people that are running around me and just all contributing to a common goal. And this sentiment is kept throughout the entire Kickstarter and for everything that we've seen so far. So social gameplay is at the heart of Loftia. You can play this game by yourself. However, as seen here, it's designed to be played and shared with others. You can see one of the big focuses on the bottom of the screen here is to build a sustainable city together. So this is not just like a standard MMO where you just sort of go in, you see people running around, but you're sort of doing your own thing and they're doing their own thing, and you might come together for like a world boss or something. This is, everyone is collaborating to achieve a common goal. There is going to be a real sense of community here, that everyone is going to be able to contribute and feel useful, and then feel immersed in achieving whatever that goal might be in the game. You're going to be able to unlock new resources, new areas, parts of the story. So if everyone contributes enough, there's going to be more story that's going to be unlocked for everyone to benefit from. And there's also going to be other gameplay features that are going to be unlocked along the way as well. Now, we'll get into this in the trailer breakdown section of the video, but over here we do have a glimpse as to how the farming is going to work. So there's going to be some machinery, there's going to be a hydroponic system, and there's going to be a bunch of different dials that you're going to be able to customize to, I guess, grow things in the most efficient way, or to change different temperatures to make certain crops grow faster or grow at all. We also get some more information about farming while we're talking about farming, is that you can grow crops on your own home balcony, or you can grow things to sustain various shops and restaurants in Loftia. From that, I'm assuming, I might be wrong in this, but we will have a big part in the shops that operate in Loftia. So if we're donating food, possibly, that might bring the cost of things down if we're growing for the shops and they're transforming it into something that we might need. There seems to be like just a big cycle of, we grow our stuff, we donate it, and we get the rewards from that donation as well. So it's such an interesting system. I haven't seen any other game really do that. As we've already talked about, there's going to be that stretch goal of the aquaponic system. So you're going to have the hydroponic and now the aquaponic system. Again, just making farming a lot more complex and involved. And there's going to be over 50 types of crops that you can grow. So if you're sick of growing tomatoes or watermelons, you can grow anything else that you want. There's so much choice in the game. And if that wasn't enough, you can also become a beekeeper. Now, as we said at the start of the video, one of the big pillars is sustainability, and this is shown up here. So you can actually find trash in the world and turn it into treasure, or transform it into something else that's gonna, I guess, give it a second use. And that plays really, really well into the whole idea of sustainability, which is kind of what this game is about, creating a better, brighter, and cleaner future. So we see this by someone collecting materials like an old lamp, some sticks, and some tires, and you can actually transform that into, like, let's say a plant holder with the tire, or you can even donate and recycle those materials into the donation box, which we'll get into in a moment. Now, it wouldn't be a sustainability game if there wasn't some kind of alternative energy gathering metric or method in the game. In this game, there's a lot of ways that you can actually generate and store and create energy. So one of the ways is with an eco cell. Now, these are going to be helpful for when you farm, craft, and construct world progress projects. And I'm assuming that this is what they're calling the projects where everyone has to help out and engage with. So you will have renewable power stations, and these power stations are going to be what's going to fill up your eco cells that you can use, I guess, as batteries to power up other things that you're doing in the game world. And some of the ways you're going to be able to capture some of that energy from the sky. So you're having wind turbines, and I've got to say something about that later. So I will bring that back, but I'm very, very excited for the wind turbines. You're also going to be able to build up energy from hydro systems, so things in the water. And of course, you're going to have solar systems, obviously getting energy from the sun. And so these are going to be 3 main ways to make energy in the game. I'm not sure if there's going to be any others, but these, I'm assuming, are going to be 3 main ones. And you're going to be using these 3 energy sources to fill up your eco cells, and those eco cells are then going to be used in the certain processes that you do in the game, like farming. You see how everything just feeds into another? There's a really established game loop. Things just aren't thrown into the game just because. Everything has a purpose, everything feeds into one another, and it provides incentive to do certain things in the game. It's so good, it's so sensible, I love it. Next, we'll move into the character customization. And as we can see on the screen right now, you're actually able to change your appearance and also provide some clothing options for your pets as well. So just really branching out that level of customization away from you and applying it to your pets as well. So you're gonna be so unique just running around this game. We also have a quick screenshot of some of the available options that you have in terms of clothing in the game as well. And then we move into the customization for your living quarters. So here we have 4 different types or themes of customization options for your living quarters. So we have a cottagecore, we've got pastel, we have the gamer, the epic gamer, and then we have the goth. The goth one looks so good. I love the goth one. Because I am an epic gamer, I probably will go with the gamer one. It's just on brand. But you can just see just from these 4 themes here, how varied and how much of a spectrum there is for customizing things in this game. Just from your player, your pets, your living quarters, just everything. And as I said down the bottom here, there's gonna be more things to come. So if you don't like any of these 4, there's gonna be plenty more on the way. Now, if all that wasn't enough, you can adopt a pet. And because we reached that stretch goal, like we said at the start of the video, we're gonna get another 10 plus animals to be possible pets. So you're gonna be able to rescue and adopt a species of wildlife native to Loftia. And this can obviously range from dogs, cats, birds, reptiles, and more, and that will help you find a forever home. One thing I really wish that this game is gonna include for the pets is that they're not just gonna sort of hang around you, is that maybe they're gonna come out with you and help you with resource gathering or provide some kind of buff for you. Like let's say if you have a dog equipped, they can sniff out things in the ground and maybe give you a buff or extra couple of resources because they sniffed out a pile or something like that. I love games where they have pets, but when the pets are useful as well. And here's just another example of you being able to customize the clothing of your pet. Now, going back to one of the pillars of Loftia is the adventure side to it. So this is like an MMO where you can go around and achieve certain missions, but you can also do a lot more with friends as well, or you can do it solo. So with this, you can scavenge through deserted factories, venturing across untouched sky islands. Loftia's world is yours to explore. So you can tackle puzzles, and I love this. I love when games give you puzzles. Not a lot of MMOs have a lot of puzzles like this, but you're gonna be able to do that in this game. You're gonna be able to grapple across and jet boot around different terrains. So mobility and getting around certain areas, it sounds like it's going to be fun. There's going to be a big emphasis on branching out from the main sort of hub area and exploring the world that they've created. And there's also going to be lots of puzzles. So you might have to work with you and a few friends to get access to different areas to possibly get more resources or just to explore new locations. And to further add on to that, you can get up to 10 friends together for a grand adventure. What's the grand adventure? Well, it's gonna be inspired by games like Fall Guys, It Takes Two, and The Witness. And as you can see on the screen here, there's a lot of footage here that shows how you're gonna work together with your friends. So you have these people on the side here stabilizing the ladder. You've got this person jumping across a gap here. You've also got 2 friends down here pushing a platform so a third person can get to an area that they couldn't reach before. And then you have your pet that goes through and unlocks something. Now, as I just said, I wanted pets to be useful. So is this confirmation that the pets will come out with you and they might provide some kind of use? I really hope so. But you can see how they've crafted this game as well as giving you multiple different game options to keep the game feeling fresh. It's not just about sustainability, there's a whole side of it where you can work with your friends. Providing different puzzles and different mechanics like that is going to keep the game feeling fresh and it's going to make it more fun. I can't wait to get in-game chat or on a Discord call with mates and just explore this world and just talk shit while we're exploring Loftia. It's going to be so fun. You're also going to be able to join a club, and one of the stretch goals is club halls, where you can settle on a nearby floating island with your club mates and build, farm, and customize it to your heart's content. Just giving you more things to do, as if there wasn't already enough things to do in the game. Here's some more. And then we move into the NPCs that you will meet in the game. So we've already established that we have Hazel, she's our florist. We have Amani, who is going to be our engineer, who we also see in the trailer as well. And then we have Kun, who's going to be the study cafe part-timer. He looks so good. I love him. Now you also see what kind of pet they have, what they like, what they dislike. So I'm assuming there's going to be a whole friendship sort of thing going on here. And you might be able to gift liked or loved gifts, kind of like Stardew Valley. Again, there's no confirmation on that. That might be a thing, that might not be. But it would make sense because that information is presented to the player. Now on top of all of that, this game is also going to act as just a social hub for you and your friends. So it says you can go to the study cafe to collaborate and work together with many interactive features like to-do lists. You have calendars, there's timed focused sessions to help you achieve your goals. So it's really going to be quite collaborative with you and your friends, or you and your club, or anyone you decide to team up with. It's actually going to be quite collaborative and structured. Again, something that I've never really seen in an MMO before. But if that's not your speed, you can also just walk around and relax. You get the laid back atmosphere of the parks, restaurants, and hangout zones to enjoy the warm company of your fellow Loftians. So now we'll get into where you'll actually be hanging out and exploring in Loftia. There's going to be many different zones or floating islands that you are able to explore, as we said before, but let's just get into a few of them as listed in this Kickstarter. So as you can see over to my right here, a lot of what is in Loftia is inspired by these properties here. You also get to see Mick and Martina down below, just exploring and actually doing some real in-person research about sustainability measures and things for this game. So let's start with the zones. The first one is the Free Folk District. This one looks to be a lot more sort of restaurants and cafes and hangout places, as you can see from the boba shop. You've got street art if you're into art. There's also going to be a study cafe and also a bakery. So lots of places to hang out with your friends and lots of places to just chill and enjoy the atmosphere. We then move into the Hanging Garden Network. This is a whole entire zone where it's dedicated to animal sanctuaries. You've got community farms, again really playing into that notion of everyone contributing to one common goal, which is so unique to this game. There's going to be a florist where you're going to have Hazel there, I'm assuming, and then you have a community market as well. And for all the tech heads out there, there's going to be a tech hub where it's going to be used to develop the latest technology in sustainable machines. I'm assuming you're going to be able to use this area and the resources that you gather and the collective efforts by everyone to really elevate the technologies that's available in Loftia that will contribute to the game and the game world evolving over time. Now, as we said earlier, you are also able to explore the other floating islands. And one of the stretch goals is to have themed biomes. So some islands might be an Arctic biome, might be a desert or a tropical rainforest. Again, just adding more variety to your exploration in the game and just making it super exciting to see what the next island holds for you. Now, going back to that wind turbine comment I made at the start of the video, this is what I just want to talk about. I saw the plush and I was like, I need to have it. So I got it. And I'm pretty proud of my purchase. No judgment, but can you blame me? Now, as we move further down, we're then going to be looking at the timelines. So the biggest question, when can I play this game? Well, the development began in 2022. The Kickstarter campaign kicked off in 2023, which we're at right now. There's going to be some alpha playtests in 2024, and then there's going to be early access in 2025. They don't say when this alpha playtest is going to take place, sometime in 2024, so I don't know if it's early, mid, or late, but they do say that these alpha playtests are just going to be short gameplay bursts, a couple of hours here and there at a time. I'm assuming just sort of to test the waters and see how certain things are measured and handled. And also just to make it very, very clear, there will be progress wipes. So they do say that progress made during alpha and beta playtests will not carry over to early access and beyond. So it seems that once the game's in early access, your progress will no longer be wiped. Anything before early access, sorry, you're just testing it out. Bye-bye. Okay, so now we have a timeline as to when we can play this game. How and where can we play this game? So this game is going to be available on Steam, PC, Mac, and the Switch. More platforms might be on the way, however, these are the ones that have been confirmed. We also have a list of the languages down the bottom here as well, with a possibility of more languages being added in the future. And just to make a point very, very clear with the languages as seen down here, not all languages are going to be supported in the early stages of the game when it comes to its alphas and early accesses. Obviously, they're going to be working towards that, but just to make it clear, in case you go in with a language and it's not supported, this is why. So that's basically the crux of the Kickstarter, but we're going to go through the new trailer that was also released and see if we can now pinpoint some of those stretch goals and just certain features that we've just discussed in this trailer. So as we start, we're on a lift on a wire going up to a sky island. It looks fantastic. Now, one thing to note, when we get off here, you'll see one of those recycling bins in the background over here. This is where we said that we can get our goods that we no longer want and put them in here to recycle. It's kind of that honesty system box, but you can see that in the game right there. Again, over here, we have another look at the sort of central hub of the world it looks to be, and you can just see how many people are running around this area. Now, I'm assuming that these aren't real people, as obviously just a cut together trailer, but this is what it could look like in game, and it looks fantastic. I love how just alive everything looks. Now, I'm assuming this is going to be taking place right at the start of Loftia, because you were introduced to this cute little character named Pebble, and they're saying, "Welcome to Loftia, please follow me." And you're going to have to follow Pebble around, and he's going to tell you about Loftia. Now let me just move my fat head out of the way here, but over on the left hand side of the screen here, you get to see that we have a world progress project where people can start donating copper wire. You've got welding goggles, you've got power in the form of batteries. There's obviously going to be a way to support the builders by giving them food supplies, there's hydration, and there's morale as well. So it looks like everyone's going to be able to gather resources and contribute to these kind of world progress projects. These projects are then going to help the world of Loftia grow, at least that's my understanding. So it's going to be a fairly complex system as well. Now up here, you get to see a whole bunch of different gardens. So you see the hydroponic systems, you see a bunch of different rooftop gardens as well. You get to see some more of the animals running around. And then we get a good look as to the hydroponic system here. So you get to see the status, so you see the temperature, you get to see the acidity or the pH levels, the nutrients, energy, and water levels all in your hydroponic system. I'm assuming that every different crop will have different requirements. And that's something that you're gonna have to be able to change so you can adjust them as you see fit. So this is gonna be a very, very involved system by the looks of it. As we discussed before as well, you can actually see the progress of a particular crop, and you actually get to see what stage it's at. So you can see that it's at the seed stage, to the sprouting stage, then it goes over to the budding stage, and then now it's a full complete flower. We then see above me here that there's a world progress project for Hazel's florist shop. So I'm assuming that you have donated the flowers that you've just grown, given it to Hazel, who is our florist, and this progress bar has gone up. And you see the world of Loftia change as those donations are being made. We get a good look of sort of the overworld area where you're going to be able to hang out, and you get to see some friends that you make along the way. Now this is a good example of that study area that we discussed a little bit before. You can see the study crew, who is going to be in your study crew. There's music behind me as well. There's also a chat under me, and over to the right hand side of the screen, you're going to see a calendar and to-do list. So it seems very, very productive. And then we get to move around here, and going into this lift, we get to see options of whose house or room do we want to go to. And as we get to Maya's room, we get to see how easy everything is in terms of customization. So we see the different themes, how easy it is to place things on the ground, and just to really make a space your own. Speaking of customization, we will then move into the player customization, where, as we said before, you can customize the look and the whole overall feel of your player in terms of skin colors, hair colors, outfits, and that also applies, I guess, mostly to the clothing to your pets as well. So once you're looking good, you're feeling good, you are off to explore the world of Loftia. And at the top here, we have objectives, we have your inventory, you have your map, you got your social tabs, and then you also have your settings. This is a very, very easy and basic to understand sort of UI. They've done a really good job of just giving you the information that you need and not overwhelming the player. You also see some nice little markers, very, very simple again, on different locations of different sky islands, which you're going to be able to explore. And then you see them grapple hook or shoot their ropes off to get to these islands. Now this is where those grand adventures also come in that we discussed before as well. So you see that these people down here are balancing the ladder for a friend to get up to a space that they can't get to. We then also see this character jump over a gap here, and it looks like his shoes have a double jump on them, which is kind of cool. We also see these characters pushing a platform to get to another space, as we said before, and also your dog, P-Dog, is getting some extra resources, and all these resources are then fed back into the system of the world project for the wind turbine. So exploring isn't just exploring for exploring's sake, it actually contributes to something and you feel productive on that you're actually being a part of a wider project. We also see the wind turbine has been accomplished and is sent up into the sky. It looks so good. And that's basically the end of the trailer. So this has been a super long video, but that is basically everything that we know about Loftia so far, looking at the Kickstarter and these things that were revealed in the Kickstarter as well as the new trailer. That only leaves one thing left, which are the giveaways. Now, as I said before, the giveaways that I'm doing for Loftia are the ones that I've paid for out of pocket. If the developers want to give me extra codes to give away, I'm more than happy to do that. But I feel so strongly about the game for so many reasons that I just wanted to buy more codes to give away to you guys in case you couldn't get in, or just to have more people experience this game. So how do you win these giveaway codes? Well, I'm not going to be giving them away yet. I don't have them, so I can't give them away. I will be giving them away closer to the release of the game. So what you'll need to do is obviously subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with Loftia news, join my Discord, link to that is in the description below, and you'll just need to keep up to date with Loftia and my content around it. I will make a big deal both on YouTube and in my Discord as to when the giveaways are happening. So if you do want the chance to possibly win a copy of Loftia for whatever platform you prefer, you just gotta do those two things: subscribe to my channel and join my Discord. It'd be helpful if you left a comment and a like on the YouTube video too, but it's not mandatory. I think that's everything. That is a long video, but let me know your thoughts on Loftia in the comments down below. Now that you've seen the new trailer and you've had a look at the Kickstarter, what do you think about it? I was so surprised at how much extra content they're adding in, especially with the grand adventures. I didn't expect that at all. So I'm really excited to get my hands on it and start playing this with friends. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And hey, if you like this video, please go ahead and leave a like. It's a long one, I know, I'm sorry, but there was a lot to cover. And if you want to stay up to date with Loftia news, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Lots more videos on the way over the next couple of years, and join my Discord. That's it. Take care and stay safe out there, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.